Hello students, welcome to my channel. In my previous lecture, I discussed midpoint theorem, and today I am going to teach converse of midpoint theorem. Okay? I'll discuss converse of midpoint theorem by two methods. One method we'll discuss today and another one I'll discuss in my next lecture. Okay? So, first of all, what is a statement for converse of midpoint theorem? So it says the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle, line drawn through midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side. Okay? Again I am going to state the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisect the third side. So, what is given in this? What statement states as ABC is my triangle in which here I am taking one point, that is point D. So, D is my midpoint of side AB. And through D, in triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of line AB, and through D a line L parallel to BC is drawn. Line L, I am going to draw one line L parallel to BC. This is my line L parallel to BC. Okay, parallel to BC is drawn and intersecting AC at point E. This line L intersecting AC at point E. This is my point E. Here, this is my point E and this is point D. Here D is a midpoint of AB. In statement, a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle, that is from D, a line drawn, that is line L drawn from midpoint AB, from midpoint of side AB, that is D. From D we draw one line L which is parallel to BC, another side. This is given. And bisect the third side. Third side is what? AC. AC is the third side. It bisects third side AC. That is, you have to prove E is a midpoint of AC. This thing you have to prove. E is a midpoint of AC. Right? That is, if E is a midpoint of AC, you have to prove AE is equals to EC. When we prove this, AE is equals to EC, then we can say that E is a midpoint of AC. So our focus will focus on this thing, that we have to equate these two parts. AE is equals to EC. Always keep in your mind, whenever you have to prove, you have to keep it in your mind that concentrate on that part. Here he said E is a midpoint of AC. So for that we have to prove AE is equals to EC. Right? So please write down the given. Given is in triangle ABC, D is a midpoint of a triangle AB, of side AB. Through D, one line is drawn parallel to BC, which intersect AC at point E. And to prove E is a midpoint of AC. So for that, we'll do one construction. So we'll do one construction, that is, we'll draw one line parallel to AB. So through C, we'll draw one line which is parallel to AB, that is CF, and intersecting line L at point F. So this is my point F. Okay, I take one line CF which is parallel to AB and it intersects L line at point F. Got it? This is my construction. So now come to the proof. We have now BC is parallel to DE. BC, this side is parallel to DE. This is given. We'll write it here. BC is parallel to DE. It's given. Already given in statement. See, one side of a triangle is parallel to other side. Here it is given. One side of a triangle is parallel to other side. This is your given. So we'll write it here. BC is parallel to DE. And one more line, that is BD. This side BD is parallel to CF. Why these two lines are parallel? By construction. So we'll write it here. BD is parallel to CF. Right? We'll write the reason here. By construction. Okay. Now if two opposite pair that is BC is parallel to BC is parallel to DE and BD is parallel to CF. Then we can say that, so if BC is parallel to DE, it will be parallel to BF also, DF also, right? So we can say that BCFD is a parallelogram. BCFD is a parallelogram. Quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram. Correct? Now, why this quadrilateral is a parallelogram? Because its opposite pair are parallel. Okay. Now, if this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, BCFD is a parallelogram, then we can say that its opposite pair will be equal also. We already proved this thing. We know the property of parallelogram is, if any quadrilateral is a parallelogram, its opposite pair are equal also and parallel also. Okay. So here we have opposite pairs are parallel, then it will be equal also. Then we can write it here. BD is equals to CF. This BD is equals to CF. BD is equals to CF. Correct? So this is, you can write the reason here, that is opposite sides of a parallelogram. Correct? But we know that we have BD is equals to AD. Why BD is equals to AD? Here BD is equals to AD because this is given. Correct? It's given. It's because D is a midpoint of AB. Because D is a midpoint of AB. It's given. Now, I'll take these two triangles. Triangle ADE and triangle CFE. Okay. In these two triangles we have, we'll write it here, in triangle ADE and triangle CFE. What I'm going to do, I'll make these two triangles congruent. Okay. So in these two triangles, what we have, I have triangle ADE and CFE. This angle is equal to this angle. This is my first angle. This is angle 2. Angle 1, angle 2. You can write it, or you can take this angle. This angle is equal to 3. This will equal to angle 4. Correct? Okay. Now, take angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Give the reasons. Vertical opposite angle. I'll tell you why these two angles are equal. First, let me write it here. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. What is the reason behind this? Alternate interior angle. Okay. So, why these two pairs are equal? Because CF is parallel to AB. This CF is parallel to AB. In construction, we did like that. In CF is parallel to AB. So, if two lines are parallel, and if I am taking these two lines are parallel and this is transversal, then my all pair of angles are equal. This is my alternate pair of angle equal. Okay, and these two lines are intersecting. This line and this line are intersecting. Then its vertical opposite angle will be equal. So here in my diagram, I have AC and DF are intersecting line. So I have angle 1 is equals to angle 2. That is vertical opposite angle. And line CF is parallel to AB. By construction, AC is a transversal. So I can take angle 3 is equals to angle 4, alternate interior angles. Okay. And my third part is equals to AD is equals to CF. AD is equals to CF. Why these two parts are equal? Because we already proved it here. AD is equals to CF. Here I'll tell you how it comes from here. We'll write it equation number 1. Okay. AD is equals to CF. How I got? Because BD is equals to CF and BD is equals to AD. Then from this what we can conclude? CF is equals to AD. Okay. From here, if AD is equals to BD and BD is equals to CF, automatically this side will be equal to this side. AD is equals to CF. Got it? This result we got it from here, this part. Right? So I have now 3 parts. So I have 2 angles and 1 side. So my triangle ADE is congruent to triangle CFE by angle side criteria. Okay. So now if my 2 triangles are congruent, then its remaining parts will be equal. What remaining part we need? So its remaining part, that is AE, will be equal to EC. AE is equals to EC by CPCT. What is CPCT? Corresponding part of congruent triangle. Got it? I proved ADE triangle is congruent to CFE triangle. If 2 triangles are congruent, the remaining parts will be equal. So remaining part I am taking AE is equals to EC. If these 2 parts are equal, what you can conclude? E is a midpoint of AC. So this implies we can say that E is a midpoint of AC. Okay? Got it? So now come to the statement again. A line drawn through the midpoint of one side. A line drawn through the midpoint. Midpoint is D of one side, that is AB. Which line drawn? Line L. Parallel to another side, that is BC. Bisects the third side, that is AC. So bisect means you have to prove AE is equals to EC. So what we did? We did one construction, CF parallel to AB. We proved quadrilateral BCFT is a parallelogram. We proved these 2 sides are parallel. These 2 sides are parallel. These 2 sides parallel. Then BCFD is a parallelogram. If quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram, then we can say that its opposite pair will also be equal. So which opposite pair I took? BD is equals to CF. Right? But BD is equals to AD. So AD will be equal to the CF. So after that, I took 2 triangles. I made them similar, congruent. Okay? After making them congruent, we'll get one result, that is from CPCT. AE is equals to AC. So if both parts are equal, then E is a midpoint of AC. That is, that we have to prove bisects the third side. Okay? This is your proof by one method. So we proved converse of midpoint theorem by one method. We discussed one method of midpoint theorem. We can prove this converse of midpoint theorem by another method. So that I will discuss in my next lecture. I hope you understood this lecture. Okay. If you have any doubt and any problem, please comment and I'll solve your problem. Okay. Thank you so much.